Welcome to session on inheritance. What do you mean by inheritance? Inheritance means when a class inherits another class is called as inheritance. What do you mean by inheriting? Creating a new class using another class. Example. So inheritance is the one of the very important feature of object oriented programming in C++. We have another features. The oops features are class, objects, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, dynamic binding, and message passing, in which the inheritance is the most important concept in C++, which is the advantage, which will give you the advantage of reusability. So inheritance allows us to create a new class from an existing class. So new class is called as derived class, and existing class is called as base class. The derived class inherits the features from the base class, and it can have additional features of its own also. So the base class will have the basic facilities, as well as derived class will have basic plus its own features are created. For example, here A is the base class and B is the derived class. So base class is also called as superclass, derived class is also called as subclass. We can also say parent class and child class also. So usually there are five types of inheritance: single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So all these five types will inherit the features in different levels. Let's see. So this is a simple diagram which will illustrate the types of inheritance. Single, B class is inheriting from A, B, C, multi-level, multiple deriving features from more than one class, hierarchical inheritance in a systematical way, and hybrid inheritance using more than one type of inheritance in one code. So this is about the types of inheritance. We will illustrate in detail one video about each and every type of inheritance. So let us see the syntax of inheritance here. The class, base class, will have a basic code, the parent class. Now the important line is class derived class colon public base class. So the visibility mode is here, because usually we write public, but you can write private, public, or protected, which are also called as access specifiers or visibility mode. So the important line is what? Class derived class colon format base, visibility and base class. Okay, so the base class features are derived by derived class. Let's see the example here. For example, here we have an animal class and dog class. Animal class is also called as base class, whereas dog class is also called as derived class. So animal is having a basic facilities like eat and sleep methods, which are derived by derived class dog, and also adding some additional functionality called as bark. So this is a simple example which will illustrate how the we are inheriting the features and adding the additional features also. So let us say a small piece of code here. The class animal is a base class which will have two methods, and the class derived class will derive the base class features and its own, and the syntax is class dog colon public animal. So animal is a base class and dog is the derived class. So we have three types of access modifiers or access specifiers, visibility modes: private, public, and protected, which will be used in different places like class and inheritance, etc. So private means inside the class, public means anywhere from the we can access, and protected is specially used in inheritance. So usually we use public in order to avoid simple problems. So inheritance is also called as is a relationship. If you see the four examples here, car is a vehicle, orange is a fruit, surgeon is a doctor, and the dog is an animal. Here, the vehicle, fruit, doctor, animal are providing the basic facilities, which are also called as base classes, parent classes, or superclasses. Whereas the car, orange, surgeon, dog are subclasses or derived classes, which will derive the features from base classes and also add some additional features also. So these are the simple examples which will illustrate inheritance. So the class which will inherit the members of another class is called as derived class. And in such a way, you can reuse, extend, or modify the attributes and behaviors which are defined in another class. The class whose members are inherited is called as base class. The class which is deriving the features are called as derived class. So the derived class is specialized class for the base class. So it's a special level class is derived, general level class is base class. So the advantage of inheritance is what? Reusability, code reusability. So if we reuse, what is an advantage? The complexity will be reduced, the number of lines are reduced automatically, the cost is also reduced. So the advantage is reusability. Okay, so now you can reuse the members of your own parent class. So there is no need to redefine the code which is already available in base class. So all the members which are there are derived from base class. So we have to mention only which are specialized in derived class. Generalized we will specify in base class. So that is about inheritance. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts, let's get back to next videos. So in the next video, we'll discuss about different types of inheritance in detail. Let us have a small piece of code also in order to illustrate more clear. For example, here we have a same example which is already shown in the presentation. We have an animal class which is called as base class, which is having two methods: eat and void sleep method. Whereas the derived class is deriving the both features and it is adding additional features called as bark. Right. So the main important line is what? Class dot colon public animal. So which is deriving the features from base class, animal class. So what we do, create the object of the derived class, and it can access the base class facilities like eat sleep methods, as well as it can also access derived class facilities. So the derived class can access base class features and its own. So this is one example. If you execute and see the output, if you see, the output is it can eat, I can sleep, and I can bark. So this is a derived class, created derived class. So whereas base class object can access only base class facilities, whereas derived class can access base class and its own. Let us see one more example. We have a class person, which is having two facilities, eat and sleep. Whereas a class student, which is inheriting from person, that means both features are inherited, as well as it is adding some additional functionalities like study. Okay, so in the main function, what we can do, we can create an object of student class, and we can access the base class facilities eat sleep as well as derived class facility study. So let's execute this code and see the output. The output will show very clearly the same. So the derived class object is able to access the facilities of base class and its own. So this is a simple example, right? Now let's summarize. So if you see the both the examples, in both places, in both the codes, the derived class is deriving the features from base class. It's a simple example C++ code to demonstrate inheritance. So thank you so much. See you in the next session with another topic. Thank you.